Show up. Show up. I can still call them. So you always ask for their number.
You got his number?
Yeah. It's like in my form. Hello? Hey, how's it going? Not too bad. Hey, Rashid, it's Max. I just calling about the call again. I rescheduled it to today, so no worries. It just started a minute ago. Do you still have the link? I will see you there in 2 minutes. All right. Cheers, bro. Take care.
Oh, shit.
Using the whiteboard. So I will scale your numbers from going all the way here, all the way out there. You will be the best salesman, not only to walk on this planet, but to walk on the entire solar system. You will get so many bitches. You'll run out of bitches. You'll have to go for the third gender.
Right, you're free.
You'll get so many bitches. You'll have to be gay. What is that bro looking at?
No idea. You trying to get recruited?
Am I still recording? Shit, I am.
Your day?
Hey, how's it going? Not bad, not bad. Good to have you on the call there. Again, sorry, we kind of rescheduled there last time. Hey, hey, man, it worked out for the both of us. Glad to see you're having fun. Now, honestly, I'll try to keep it pretty quick there. Uh, Dave's call, obviously, just kind of reminding you here, just to show you how how it is possible to like transition from like location constricted sales into remote sales and actually like sell. I won't be beating around the bush too much. I kind of want to show you like what I was doing, and I will start by asking like a few questions here and there to see like where you're at and what you've been doing there. I know you answered a few questions because I have them up on my form there. Kind of bring this up. So asked you like what drives you specifically, and you kind of told me that it was mainly money and financial freedom. But one thing that kind of confused me there is you didn't like give out like an occupation. So like you currently work in sales. Like in what industry are you working on right now? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Got you. Got you. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. So you're kind of pretty high up there. That's a big responsibility. And from like what I'm getting is that they're not necessarily like paying you enough for what you're doing for them. Is that right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like getting paid higher too. Have a lot in common. But yeah, no, like obviously that's how it is starting out in sales. Like personally, where I started out in door-to-door sales, selling pest control from door to door. And man, let me tell you that was a grind. It's definitely worth it. Like, obviously you have to build up the base. And is this like your first like job in sales? Like your first time entering in sales? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. So I kind of wanted to like ask you real quick, like what made you book this call today, like specifically? Is it mainly just like you want to know like how you can get to like a higher level of income, or is it like a more specific reason? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%, 100%. That's how this type of stuff works in the industry. And like, what do you know so far like about high ticket sales? So far, what do you know about like high ticket sales? Yeah, that that's it, right? You obviously you're not gonna have to work on as many deals to get the same amount of money. That's the one thing that it kind of made me switch there in pest control. It was tough. You had to get multiple sales in a day, and it just leaves so much up to interpretation. Sometimes you're just not as lucky. Same thing for you. You have like lower ticket sales. The transition, it's pretty simple. You just have to get used to it, and obviously in any industry, you have to know about your product and service and sound like an expert while selling it. Um, like what if like that's not too indiscreet? What are you like currently making, and what would be like your goal? Would you say like in terms of high ticket sales? Yes, I do. Montreal right now. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, dude, come out, brother. Come out. It's a crazy spot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Per month. I mean, in sales, that's like it's like pretty decent. You just got to realize, is it like only commissions or are they paying you like a base salary? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. No, of course. Mm-hmm. Make it profitable. There you go, right? Just about getting like a decent grasp of things there. Like, should be told, it was hard. It was hard for me. Typically, the one part is like just finding the right place where to fit. Uh, Plenty of things you could sell, put it simply, and like it's hard. It's hard getting placement. Insurance, you have to get licenses. Some jobs require you to literally put all your life savings in it, market it to your network. It's hard to get like something that's decent out there. Now, like that's a pretty like that's a very decent goal, right? That would be like super super good if you can make that. But say like 2 months from now, you're at like that 10K, 15K per month mark. What would change in your life? Like how would that like impact your lifestyle? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, dude, you gotta live life. Okay. Okay. So it'd be more like living below your means, just having a high income so you're just able to breathe, to live safely. In Canada, shit is expensive. Shit is expensive. Montreal here, no exception, no exception. So totally get it, brother. Totally get it, brother. Now, yeah, you say that you're decent. You have a decent success in sales. Now, in your job, I get that you have like like a base pay. Most sales jobs don't. Like, should be told, most sales jobs don't. The ones that pay well do not pay your salary because that salary would just be an insult. Because truth is, you're able to make a lot more with commissions. But now, you said that you have like decent success in sales. Now, I don't know how exactly like your job works, but is your bonus just like guaranteed, or is the bonus like a subset of the amount of sales that you make? Mm-hmm. You're completely fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, brother, that's great. It means you go into it. But in sales, man, you're either the best in the room or you're the worst in the room. But in the room that you go, it's the room where you're the worst in the room because then you have other people to look up to. You should never be satisfied with being like the top performer on your team because that means you're in the wrong place. It means you're in the wrong place. Like, do you? Yeah, man. Like, absolutely get it. Absolutely get it. Now, I kind of wanted to to share my perspective on this and how I was able to overcome this hardship and just go into like a better role. Now, what I'm running right now is an operation. I help essentially location constricted salesmen or salesmen that are not performing as well as they would want find the best job, the best industry, and coach them throughout the whole process to reach their goal. Because it's one thing getting the job, obviously, like how I do it and helping out my boys. We typically get the job within like 2 to 3 weeks. It's not hard in sales. There's a lot of demand because they're willing to experiment. Obviously, to find the new top performer, to find the rookie that's going to lead everybody from the front. Now, typically, this sort of process requires a little bit of work. And I'll kind of show you what I do here. Obviously, I'll kind of give you my pitch there. We'll see like if anything makes sense and we could be able to work together. Now, you say you have a little bit less than like $1,000 to invest in yourself. That's completely fine. It does take a little bit to kind of get it up there, but I'll show you exactly how it is. Now, I will just share my screen real quick. Tell me if you see it right now. You see it? Awesome. Okay. Just need to refresh here. There you go. So I'll kind of quickly show you what I have been up to. Now, Vantage is a company name, and keep it super simple. This is what I do. So I guarantee that I will place you in a remote sales role in an industry of your choice, of your liking, that we will determine together. Obviously, like it's apples and oranges most of the time, but you don't want to be selling toilet paper in bulk. I don't want to be doing that again. And I will coach you to earn a certain amount of money, and I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If you're not able to achieve that, I give the money back, and there's nothing more to it. My personal background, where I was in door-to-door sales. I grew offices to millions of dollars in revenue over a few years, and I found that the best way to be able to actually coach people was just getting them to learn they why they worked a certain way. And typically, how I do this is with a diagnosis call. So this is like the pre-placement stage. Now, you don't have the job yet, and we need to figure out where I get you. Where and how are we gonna be able to get through with this? So I'll deep dive into your current sales process, any bottlenecks, and you'll leave that call knowing exactly where money is being left on the table. And we will be able to figure out what style suits you best, what type of product you like selling. And I've seen all kinds of people. And truth is like I'm able to kind of know like what industries people like based off of like what their previous sales experience is. And I'll ask you like a question. Like, does the product that you sell matter to you personally, or is it more about the fact that like you don't really care about what you're selling? It's mainly about if it pays well. The second option. There you go. Mm-hmm. Awesome, man. Inputs. See that I still have the pest control hat. Pest control is one of the most boring products you could ever sell. But truth is, like, that's where the money's at. There's not a lot of people want to pay for it and want to sell it, but a lot of people are willing to pay for that. Now, second phase will be like the position search and the interview prep. So we'll work like with various providers. I have quite a lot of people, met through network, like a very large network of alumni, and able to get placements and interviews pretty damn quickly. Obviously, like we'll have to work on your CV a little bit, just fill in a few lines. But it's not like getting a job at like a corporate firm. Sales is relatively like low barrier to entry because it's performance based. So they would rather get a lot more people in than just like try to find the best guy and have him be like a complete dud, right? Now, this will take like under 2 weeks, maybe a little bit over, but this is usually like how long it takes, right? And obviously, all the way throughout the process, I kind of hold your hand every single day, and we're able to get where we want. Now, post placement, I will track your growth and I will guarantee success in that industry. right? Obviously, there's different ways of doing it, but I will guarantee in the amount of time that we work together that we will be able to achieve something notable, right? Because in sales, one thing that's cool is that you are able to constantly reiterate, work on yourself, right? You get your cold calls or whatever method, you get your inbound leads, your meetings. And what's cool is that you get to send me like recordings of your meetings. I can even join along and like see how you're doing. And like that's how we're able to figure out what's wrong with you and fix that as quickly as possible. So like first off, what I did with all of my students here is make like a custom sales script. Like for any industry, like obviously we have like a few docs and everything is there. You don't want to follow a script line to line. I will adapt it to you, right? I'll adapt it to you. We'll work on it together. We'll pitch practice as much as we need, and I will maybe even set you up with some of our other students just to pitch practice together, kind of figure out how to get a little bit more out of that script, and master the fundamentals of sales, kind of teach you like all those strategies before we dive into like actually getting to that 10K 15K per month. And I will coach you weekly for a rapid ramp up, right? So this program obviously like there's a few ways I could make it work. So I'll show you like the options here. I have an incentive, an intensive program, meaning that within like a month time span, I give you a job and I get you as high on the ramp up as possible. Right? I guarantee the job placement, but the monthly recurring revenue results in sales, I don't guarantee it because that's not a lot of time. Right? Truth is, programs a little bit less expensive, and it kind of gets you to see like what I can do. Now, what I do in this program, and the reason why it's so intensive, is it's 30 days. I have 24-hour support, and I give you daily meetings. So on a daily, we will have like minimum like a 30-minute meeting. If you want, we could have an hour. I'm all yours. You can book any hour out of my day, and we are able to pitch practice together and figure out like what the next phase is. Now, obviously, we have like base meetings. That's just like to get you through the process here. So, I'll let you know like where throughout the process we are at any moment that we're there. So, diagnosis, the breakdown, the position search, and then afterwards, post placement. This is where we're going to be most of our time there. And some of my students even get like a job within like, a week or two, because all you're doing really is just applying, right? So, a lot of people have a lot of companies have demand for that. And the providers I'm working with, obviously, like, we know there's a certain amount of success there. We have a certain amount of success there. Now, this is the second option, and the option like that most people end up choosing with me, or at least like going with after they've done the intensive program. It's a 90 days of work with me. So we have 2 weekly meetings with that, but I have an open calendar, meaning that you can still book me in anytime you want. The main difference with this is I give you like mandatory daily meetings, not because I want to be annoying. I want to give you your money's worth, right? But I just want to make sure that we're getting along. We're getting there. We're getting where we have to be. Now the thing is, you're gonna have 24-hour support with me, so you can text me any moment, reply pretty quickly, and we're able to kind of work on whatever we've been working on. But what's cool as well is you get access to my community. So that's where I said like practicing with other reps, you get access to the community, and it's pretty large community. We have a dozen guys out there selling their butts off. Matter of fact, one of my boys is out here, Austin, doing
Hello.
doing some live sales calls with me. Obviously, it's not like he just happened to be in Montreal, so we're meeting up. But yeah, no, like got to working with people all over the place, from anywhere from Winnipeg to Montreal to Barrie, Ontario, Ottawa, Toronto. But it's like pretty Canadian. Trying to like United States is a different world. And in this, I guarantee the placement and the income, or I give the money back. That's my offer. I'm not here for bullshit. I'm here to actually make this work. And probably wondering like how much this is gonna run me, right? Honestly, like a good service isn't cheap, and this is like how it typically works with us pricing wise. But so far, like everything makes sense on like how I get you there. I really walk you through the process. Don't just like give you info and then call it a day. So the intensive program is 4 weeks. And typically, I either, most of my students kind of have like a broken up plan where they just pay me like 350 per week. Uh, but obviously, it's a little bit better when you're as committed as you can be, right? And most people just end up doing a one-time payment of 997. This takes off like 400 bucks off of the whole program because we get our money up front, which is a little bit more convenient. And people that typically fork over the money up front are a lot more willing to work on themselves and are a lot more invested in the program. Because truth is, like, we don't work with everyone. We don't work with everyone because it's a pretty hefty guarantee, and I don't want to just waste my staff's time just because we brought somebody along that is not willing to change there, right? And the growth plan, a little bit kind of cheaper on the weekly there. It's going to be 12 weeks. It's either like a 249 per week or full payment up front. You get access to everything plus my community. And you get access to the community once you have like a job and placement there, right? Because then you get the practice of everybody else, and it's not just like you're out there, hey, how's it going? I'm just doing the training calls. And so it's a one-time payment of like 2,097, and we end up like saving $900 off of the whole program there. Now, to give you like a rundown, once everything is processed through, once we kind of get this over with, you will immediately get access to like my private calendar with my booking slots. We will book a time, like it starts whenever you want. So would you rather start this like right away after the call, or like would you rather book the first meeting in a week? That way you have like a week to prepare, calendar wise before starting like an intensive program. Or would you just like to go with the growth and just spread it out over a longer period of time? The growth? Okay. Okay. That's it. So the growth time. Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. So start with the growth one. And would you rather do like split up payments, the weekly, or would you just the one time and you save 900 bucks? Because like this times 12 would be about like 3 grand over the whole length of the program. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, we could do that. We could do that. I'll send you the payment link right over, and I'll enroll you into the first weekly payment, and then afterwards well, obviously it will be booked out for like next week essentially. So like, how does your schedule look like typically? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's why I usually like always go with like an extensive plan like this. Um, Quick question though, like on the weekends, do you work or do you get like time off? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What would be like the best day next week to start? Sunday evening, yeah. Sunday evening works.